Hey, you guys, this is Ariane Johnson and
Matthew Noel Braham.
And we're here with GSTV. We're about to interview the cast of Project X.
How's it going?
Hey, guys. Okay, so there's this movie, this crazy party. Okay, a party that gets out of control, all right? So why are these kids trying to make such a name for themselves with this crazy party? What's the point?
Well, I think everyone in high school can sort of relate to feeling anonymous, and so that's when Oliver's character Costa kind of gets the idea, and he's the instigator of the group, and he sort of decides that, you know, we got to do something big, throw a party, gain some notoriety.
Who doesn't want to be?
Exactly
who doesn't want some notoriety?
Who doesn't want to be famous?
Right.
And who better than Todd Phillips, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
To be a
the
part of
king
this
party
movie.
comedies, for
So
sure.
when you went to the audition, the national audition for this part, for this role, how did you stand out? Was your comedic backgrounds that helped?
I walked in. I said the big thing was they were looking for nobody. So I said, "You guys said you're looking for a nobody. You found me." And that was my big opening line, and that worked. So.
And what about yourself?
Well, I don't know. We all sort of it kind of came about differently. Like there was a nationwide search for unknowns, and that's how
I got the open
submitted
call
a
over
tape.
the internet, so I submitted a couple tapes where I just kind of told some goofy stories and, you know, yucked it up for the camera. Nothing too exciting, but yucked it up. Yuck.
So tell me, man, you know, going back to the characters of the movie, each of you guys clearly have distinct personalities. Even though you were so opposite amongst each other, how did it work so well within the film?
I think it's great. I think we kind of play off each other really well, and there was a really long audition process, kind of like we were saying
Over a couple
before.
months.
We were
Yeah.
also we were
And
all.
they-
This was a big break for all of us. So you know we had
So we
this
have this
thing.
bond.
Yeah, we had this thing in common when we got cast. You know, that was. It was just we had this thing in common that we were all like, this was a big thing for all of us, and that kind of helped. You know, we were the only ones who could really relate to
And
it.
we got to spend a lot of time together before, you know, shooting, where we got to know each other for like our more overt, real personalities,
Yeah.
and we also got to know, because of all the rehearsal, our on-character personalities. Because even though our characters do share our names, we are, you know, quite a bit different. Like Oliver is the sweetest kid in the world, really. He loves his mother.
I love my mother. She's a good woman.
So with it being like a big party, was it challenging at times, you know, keeping focus and being professional as possible, or
Yeah, because-
did a lot of times they allowed you guys kind of cut up on set?
There's a little bit of both.
The hard thing is I got eyes everywhere. I just can't keep concentrating. And you got women walking around topless.
Yeah, it was like
Clearly.
hundreds of extras, and a lot of them would come
300,
back
yeah.
night after night, and so it was a lot of the same people, and they would start to get to know each other, and there would be like sort of cliques on set. It was like a high school environment.
Did it turn into like a real party? Was it feeling
I mean,
like
at times,
At
there were
times,
times.
absolutely.
Yeah, they would do like these 20-minute takes where the camera would just be rolling and floating through the crowd, and
We just had permission to
and
run
the
around and go wild.
Yeah, we had an on-set DJ Jesse Marco.
He played for
Shout
12
out.
hours straight every night. I don't know how he did it.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. He was
Even
getting
when
really big,
they
like
get-
in the New York underground scene, and so I'm really thrilled. He's a great DJ, and so he kept it alive on set for sure.
Even when they weren't filming, you'd be
Yeah, we'd be
rocking out.
dancing. I'd
Yeah.
be dancing. I'm a great dancer, phenomenal
He is.
dancer. See, I'm not kidding.
No,
I'm
no,
a
he's
great
not.
Dancer. Fantastic.
I have to ask, because at the end of the movie, you guys look busted. I'm sorry.
It's true.
I just have to, they're the facts here. So, were there any real life injuries on the set?
Yes.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
Really? Tell us about
I
that.
think there were 9 extras and stunt people that had to visit the hospital over the course of the 5-week party. The shoot was about 7 weeks, but the party, which we shot in chronological order, was over 5 weeks because we were using a real house and we had to destroy it. So
We also looked like pretty bad at the end of the movie. You know, it was kind of, we shot the movie in order, and we were shooting all these nights, and it just gets to you. It's just like we were exhausted in real life.
We were covered in baby
we were
oil to
covered
look
in
gross.
Yeah, you just
The makeup got more extensive as the shoot went on.
it felt as
crappy.
we felt awful.
felt
Yeah, you
crappy.
gross
So
by the end of it, but
that helped.
yeah,
Really did.
Yeah, good makeup.
So tell me, what do you guys think in terms of looking at the overall? Clearly, it's a big party. We know that from Project X. Everybody can even tell that from the trailers. Even people are tweeting me saying the movie looks awesome. But outside of that, what do you really want the audience to kind of take away from this project?
Are you trying to scare parents?
Yeah, we're trying to stay.
Because I know after seeing the movie itself, I kind of wanted to go out there and throw
That's
a
a
Project
horror-
X kind of party, you
I was a
know?
little scared.
Yeah.
Well,
you want to throw up?
you
or
want
do
to throw it?
be- you
I'd
don't
go
wanna
to
be the
one.
host? I think the biggest lesson you learn is don't host a party, but go to them. Yeah,
I don't think there's a lesson as much as it is just like
Just a good time.
I think people will go to the movie and walk away with just like they had a lot of fun and got to see some. It's just like I don't go to movies and really learn much. I mean,
It really is.
like
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss movie.
I mean, it really is an experience. I mean, the music in it and is everything.
The
music,
soundtrack.
the soundtrack is so good.
And
it's,
Nima, our director, has such an incredible visual style.
Yeah.
And that mixed with, like, we kind of have this, like, trifecta of awesomeness, like a triforce of cool, because we've got Nima, who has just the ultimate sense of style behind the camera. We've got Todd Phillips, who just is the master of the modern day comedy. And then we've got Joel Silver producing, who is responsible for Lethal Weapon, for Die Hard, for The Matrix, for so many incredible action movies. So in a way, it's like we kind of created the ultimate teen party action comedy.
Yeah, and it's realistic. It looks. I think a lot of people watch the trailer may think this is so crazy. Like, it's when you watch the actual movie, it's pretty grounded. Like the way
Yeah.
it's shot and the way the characters feel. It feels like yes, and fire is probably not going to happen at a party, and not many people probably won't show up at a party, but it could. It's not like aliens showing up and like
The progression of
what
the
I mean?
party is completely plausible and realistic, which I'm sure is scary to some people.
Right.
Say, I think it's a comedy till you turn 35, and then some people are going to find it's a horror movie. But
So, Thomas, your character gets kind of pushed. It seems like you kind of have this internal conflict going on, whether or
Right,
not to throw the
yeah,
party or not.
yeah, the
Kind of
thing-
talk to us about, your thought process throughout the entire
The
plot.
thing is, I think Thomas really, really wants to have a good time, and he wants to have, throw this party, but at the same time, he has a responsibility, and he's burdened by, it is his house, and anything that happens to him, it's on him. So it was really kind of difficult to be that guy, especially when we were shooting. It was such it was a party environment. Everyone's having a good time, so it's harder to play the times where I'm like stressing about my dad calling or something getting broken. And so I constantly had to, keep that in mind and pinpoint where we're at in the script, and because it really is a roller coaster of emotions for him. And so hopefully, I think that's sort of what keeps the movie grounded. You kind of see the movie through his eyes, and
He
hopefully
does-
feel for him.
He does such a good job of, just being the characters. Because everything else is like, my character is just constantly pushing, and he's kind of like pushing to have his party, and all he wants to do is have a good time. And Thomas's character really is more relatable to most people, where it's like, most people would probably be more of like, I don't know, this is my house, is like worried about things.
I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate to the party itself, which is the biggest character of the movie, though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
this,
it really
it's
is
this
like-
growing monster
Yeah.
that overtakes, starts with, the backyard, goes to the house, moves to the neighborhood, becomes a riot.
Yeah.
It's that's the tornado, that's the
Yeah.
Cloverfield
I
monster,
think that the stakes are constantly being raised in the film, and I think that's what Todd Phillips does best. Like in The Hangover, just when you think it's gone as far as it could, some naked guy jumps out of a trunk.
Yeah.
And so I think he just really keeps upping
This
the
one,
ante.
this movie, all the way to the end, you just in shock at everything.
It's comedy and there's a lot of anxiety too.
It's fast paced.
Yeah.
Very fast paced.
People at the end say that they're exhausted or they feel hungover after. They feel like they went to this party, and that's I think the greatest compliment. Because I think it was so much
Yeah.
fun to make, so I just hope people have a good time
Watching it.
Because the tagline's experience the event, right?
It is very,
Yeah,
I mean, that's
it
one
really
of them. Yeah.
is an experience.
It really is, like, you gotta see it in theaters. I mean,
There's
you
see
gotta
it with a lot of people.
Yeah.
and- yeah.
It's really just because it's
stimulating. I think it's very stimulating to the eye. The montages and just the way it's put together. It's very
Yeah.
visually.
It's engaging and it's fun and it's scary and it's just a blast.
That's what you say. It's a blast, and I think that it's like kids' dreams gone wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
it really
careful
is
what
like-
you wish for,
But
you
at
know?
the same time, kids want to be popular. Were you guys popular in high school?
No,
No.
not at all. Are you kidding me?
Did you want to be popular?
I don't know what I wanted to be. I just hated high school so much.
How did it feel being popular after this movie?
I'm not popular yet.
Oh, touche. What about you? Were you popular in high school?
No, I had friends. I went to town. I mean, I went to school in like a smaller town, so I went to high school with the same people I went to kindergarten with, and so I had friends, but I was never like seeking out parties. I was never like the guy throwing the party.
I was a high school bully. And,
No, you were.
nah,
Were
I'm
you?
kidding.
No.
Oh no.
He's a sweetheart.
I was the
He's the
star
kid
of the
that got
basketball
bullied.
team,
Yeah.
star of the football team. the all Jewish school. And,
Yeah.
No,
You was the captain.
No, I was. High school was just average for me. It wasn't anything like.
Yeah, I feel pretty indifferent about high school.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I wasn't getting thrown into lockers.
I feel
That's
like
always good.
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
It's always good.
So can you say for the most part you were able to really relate to your character, just in terms of the?
Oh, for sure. I
Yeah?
think I'm a lot like my character. I definitely drew from personal experiences of just being at a party and feeling uncomfortable. I think everyone kind of knows that.
I think the three of our characters are intensely relatable to pretty much anyone who sees it, though. Everybody knows a guy like Costa.
Yeah.
Everybody knows a guy like Thomas. Everybody knows like the meek, weird one like JB. I mean, they're everywhere. You see them, like you know them, and it's really, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I hope I'm not like my character. I'm not. I mean,
No, not in real life.
My character in real life, but I can definitely relate. I definitely had a time in my life where I
We all
wanted to
have-
be like,
yeah, we all
wanted to
have
be
it,
ghetto.
yes.
Wanted to be like, I always wanted to be, just like. I
He
had,
regrets
like,
being
my
white.
ears pierced at one point. So I
Wanna
was
be
like,
cool, too
wanna
cool
be
for
Being
school.
Yeah,
Makes
want to be
sense.
trying to be cool, like putting on a front. So I can relate to that, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm not an organizer. I'm not someone who would throw a party.
It's one thing I love about his character. He's so big and loud and sort of obnoxious at times, and then you see these moments like throughout the film where he has a heart and he is human. And I think
Not enough
everyone
of a heart
knows.
to stop it from
But
becoming
everyone knows a guy like that. So.
where it becomes, yeah.
You were saying earlier that there are going to be some haters, yeah?
Oh, of course.
So how are you going to go about offsetting that and letting everybody know it's a fun film? How do you face the critics when they talk about the underage drinking?
Find them.
I
hunt
mean,
them
I don't know.
down.
I got
we
a bow and
didn't-
arrow.
We didn't pull any punches for the movie, and I think
We shouldn't pull
you
any
know,
punches for
it's-
them.
It's honest. This
Yeah.
is what high school parties are like. There's a pretty graphic shot of a girl urinating on the driveway, and
Caught
like
that one, caught
if
that
you go
one.
and if you go to a party, like you see shit like that.
You
It's
guys
not-
see
it's
a
not
drunk girl
cheesy.
pee.
It's not even really cheesy. Like, it's not a cheesy movie. Like, I think a lot of people, just want to believe that this is like they see the trailers. I mean, they're just trying to, like, in their heads, if they haven't seen the movie, they're trying to make it out to be some cheesy comedy, and it's really not. It's very grounded and like very.
It's completely
It's
original.
very subtle.
Yeah.
It's not like a typical like jokes. There's not a lot of jokes in the movie. It's just people.
You can't have
Talking.
you can't have like set up punchline in a movie like this because of the way it's shot. The comedy needs to be organic and natural and based in the characters and the situations. It can't just be like a guy running around with a raccoon outfit flying or whatever. It just
It's
doesn't.
much more. It's much more
Yeah.
conversational.
I don't know
than
what
that.
movie would have that, but.
There's a lot.
He's seen it.
I've seen it.
So, and you mentioned about the way it was shot. Can you guys kind of talk about how that experience was in terms of it being from first perspective the entire time? I think that's kind of even what added to the movie as well, is that you actually kind of went on the journey with that person as though
Sure.
you were viewing the eyes of the character itself sitting in the theater, as opposed to all the the multiple cuts and effects that other movies can have.
Sure.
Talk to us about that a little bit.
With the weird camera guy.
Let's kind of
Oh, yeah,
Dax.
Really
Dax.
creepy one.
Dax.
Yeah. Was he really shooting that, or is that a?
No.
Okay.
He's fantastic though. He's actually a huge YouTube star called Dax. Like he goes by the name Dax
Dax
Flame.
He was really big, like sort of when YouTube was getting famous.
He was like one of the OGs
one of the
of
first-
YouTube
yeah.
celebrities.
Yeah.
I mean, shooting in that way was really an interesting and fun and freeing thing. But at the same time, what I love about the movie and its style is that it doesn't shove the found footage nature in your face. The camera isn't always shaking every 5 seconds because he's a high schooler with a camera. And there are things that are edited together, and there's music. It doesn't need to constantly remind you that it's first person. You just kind of get into it on your own.
Yeah, and it's believable that,
Yeah.
everyone now has some sort of video recording device on them at all times, so that kind of justifies all these different angles that we're getting at the party. Like, they handed out a lot of little flip cams on set to extras, and it had them, just record stuff. Even when we were shooting, that's where you get the organic, real moments.
Yeah, when we
And
shot the
that's-
car going into the pool, we only had one take because how many times can you drive a car into a pool?
At
You
that
know?
Mercedes-Benz.
And
Yeah.
You need to have a lot of cranes and cars on hand. We don't have the budget for that. But what we did was, we gave out cameras, we got stuntmen in place, and we basically did everything we could to make that shot as perfect as we could. And there is an urgency to when you see it on screen because all of us knew that we can't screw this up.
Yeah, that was the most nerve-wracking thing for me because the camera was supposed to follow me, and then I'm just worried about being in the right frame, not blocking the car, and so that was
Which
rough,
adds to
but-
the anxiety of
yeah.
Thomas's character, seeing the pool.
But yeah, that was one of my favorite shots to see.
Yeah, it was
like,
crazy.
It was a huge
It was
moment on
crazy.
set.
One of the stunt guys, because they had stunt guys cross the car. Like
He got hit? He got clipped?
Got hit. He got
got
flipped.
clipped.
I had to go to the
Like
hospital.
seriously, really quick.
Yeah, like he wasn't. They were supposed
Oh, he
to.
flew
It's
in
all
the
about
air.
timing with those stunt guys. They're crazy, and the dude, I guess, I don't know if he started late or was trying to do something late, and he got hit right by the car. The car's going like on a pulley or something, but it's going still like 40, 30 miles.
It was
an
going
hour.
pretty
Yeah.
fast.
I think
So
we
it's
had
like-
9 hospital visits from various.
Wow.
Now, did you do that stunt jumping off the house?
No, we had stuntmen. It was actually kind of interesting because Thomas had a stuntman that looked exactly like him and was his age. Oliver had like a slightly older stuntman, and for me, they can't find like a young dude in my shape who can also flip off houses or whatever. So they had this veteran guy who had been around since like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the 70s. So 60-year-old dude puts on a wig and it was,
Yeah, he was
great.
like bald.
He was
and-
bald. He was old, but he was a wizard. I mean,
He was a wizard.
He made it
The
happen.
ultimate wizard.
I'm guessing when he started doing stunts in the 70s, he didn't look like that, but he still
He didn't
rocked
look
it.
like. I mean, he literally looked like you, just 40 years older.
I hope I can jump off houses when I'm 60. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you guys look. Got to bleep this out, but you guys look pretty up on set, man.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever really drink, or
No.
any time when you
No.
were really drunk at all? I mean,
Nah,
to
you
play
can't.
that
It's,
well, really?
Oh,
it's
duels,
a,
man.
Warner Brothers movie. You
Yeah.
can't really be drinking.
Yeah, it was
on
such
that
a
set.
huge opportunity for us. We weren't about to like
Yeah,
throw it away.
they even
waiting
warned
for
you,
us
you know,
to-
like-
if it was like an independent film, you never know. But we had a lot of regulations
You can get
and stuff.
fired for doing that.
We drank O'Doul's non-alcoholic beer, and we drank apple juice mixed with water, and it was awful. It was just
Oh
this
yeah,
diluted.
I threw up in the movie at one point. Like in the movie,
We
my
both
character
threw up for real.
I threw
There's-
up for
we
real.
both
I can't
puke in the
because
movie,
like
and
I
it's
was
both
drinking
real.
O'Doul's because I wanted that feeling in the gut. Like when you drink O'Doul's, when you drink beer, it just like sits
the
in your stomach.
bloat. You get all the bloat of
you
beer
were
with
trying to
none
get
of
in
the
the
taste.
character?
Yeah, I did that. I would do
You
that. I
made
would
yourself
drink-
throw up.
I didn't make myself throw up. I was just like got sick and like because we were doing this. I think we were doing like a chug.
It was like a
You were
20
chugging
foot-
from the
a 20
beer-
foot
yeah, and
bong
I
on
just
the
like,
tree.
and I was like just got so sick. I just threw up everywhere. So,
But yeah.
but it was crazy. It was a
So
crazy.
what about next? What's next for you guys? Any new projects got going on? Do you love this industry?
I do.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but it's. I just hope that it continues. You know, I've got a movie coming out in October with Victoria Justice and Chelsea Handler and Johnny Knoxville. It's called Fun Size. Yeah, and I'm really excited for it. Another teen comedy takes place on Halloween. And then I've got Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters with Jeremy Renner and Gemma Arterton. That comes out in January. So yeah.
What about you guys? What's next?
I just signed a deal with HBO to do softcore porn on HBO Family, and I'm really excited
HBO
about it.
Family.
No, seriously. Jokes aside.
Jokes aside, no, I'm kidding, yeah. No, of
I
course
should
not.
watch that sometime.
Yeah,
for
the
the
HBO
kids, it's
Family.
for the
It's really
kids.
good. It's for kids. They paint me all blue and.
Avatar.
No, I did a little independent film with a friend of mine. We raised the money on our own. It was so I did that. I just did that, and I finished it, and we edited it. And we're just gonna get it in some film festivals and stuff. And I'm just trying to get another job. I'm not, I haven't really. I'm just trying to get another job out of this. So hopefully.
And I've just been doing a lot of writing, producing a couple of shorts for like the internet that I'm.
Did
I've got
Funny or Die.
a couple on Funny or Die, and then a couple that might be coming out soon. And then there might be like some independent film I might get, and there's some pilot they're talking about, but I don't. It's all tentative, so I don't really know what I can talk about or what there is even to talk about. I mean, it's a weird.
It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be. I just want to move out of my parents' house, guys.
Yeah. Just want to move out.
It's gonna be okay.
So tell us, guys, for those out home who are aspiring actors, actresses, producers, directors, or just entertainers,
Yeah.
what kind of advice can you give to them just
Oliver
in terms
has
of
it.
breaking through
I got the
entertainment
best
industry?
advice. for
Oliver
you.
has the best advice.
No, I don't know. But my only advice is like I remember when I moved out to LA, everyone wants to give you a million different reasons why you shouldn't do it or what path you should follow. Read about what this guy says because he did it this way, and I would just say that's all bullshit.
There's no
And
right way.
There's no right way. And you can look at all of our stories about how
All
we
three of us got the movie in completely different
ways.
ways.
There you go.
You know, so it really just trust your gut. That's like really the. I mean, honestly, my gut has done me so much better than anything anybody else is. Any advice anybody else is really.
You just gotta be a
And-
hustler.
And there's so many outlets now for people to kind of be creative. You know,
you can do your own movie. I mean,
Yeah,
you
you
can
now
do your own
nowadays
Yeah,
you
and I
can
saw
shoot a
own
movie on an
television
iPhone
shows.
and it can look great. So I really, I think if you like acting or if you like that kind of thing, you can find a way to do it. For sure.
That's awesome. Well said.
Yeah.
All right, so a blurb about this movie. Why should we, Georgia State students, why should we see this movie?
Because you want to have a great time on Friday, March 2nd, this next week, and you want to take a date, you go to see this movie.
Bring 5 dates.
It's an
5
experience, and the music in it is amazing. It's an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah.
And it's an experience like you've never seen
It's a
before.
funny, intense thrill ride that is pretty much unlike anything you've
It's
probably
the
ever
most
seen.
fun movie in theaters right now.
It's the best movie it's the best party you've never been to.
It's
Yeah.
the best movie in
Never will
American
go to.
history.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, man.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man. Well, we want to thank you guys once again, man, for
Thanks
coming
for
out,
having
man. You guys
us.
have been amazing,
Thanks
man.
so much for having us. It means a lot.
Yeah.
Love the movie,
fun,
man.
man.
Love the movie, man.
Don't
Yeah, okay,
forget-
okay.
Oh, this is the
I'm really
LA
bad
shake.
at
Here, this is how we do it in LA.
right, show me how you do it.
And then that. It's
Yeah.
just simple.
Slap and pound.
Simple.
Yeah,
All
so
right,
slap
let's do
pound.
it again. Let's go.
All right, we'll do that. All right.
That's right, man.
Nice.
Thank you
I'm
so
gonna-
much.
And I'm gonna wave. I'm gonna wave at you. You
Okay.
guys heard it here first. The best movie in America, Project X. Go check it out.
Thanks so much.
Thanks
you.
so
Yeah,
much.
good job, man.
You're the best.
Just big enough to be cool.
Drinks for the birthday boy right now?
Costa, what are you doing?
Replying.
I want your ass too, mommy. Who talks like that?
I do. It works.
There's a little guy in the oven.
Think about it. Our balls are where his eyes are.
Don't do it, man. You're way too fat.
Shut up.
I'm Thomas Cub. It's my birthday today.
You should definitely swing by. It's on Dickens Street.
That's your party? You guys are throwing that? That's
Yeah.
where I'm going. I
Yeah,
it's too
dude.
crazy. Cool. See you guys tonight then.
What? Mind your own business, lady.
This is way more than 100 people.
Of course it is. It's +1.
Hey, would you guys mind maybe getting out of my dad's car? It's just he'll go crazy if anything happens to it.
Thomas, I got another call. I'm sure the neighbors are exaggerating.
It's time to shut it down.
Can't be serious. This is a great party.
Either shut it down or I'm calling the cops.
I'm calling the cops on your ass now.
Do it, genius! It's all on tape. All I got was you punching that little child's face.
What are you looking for?
Condoms. I'm working on something downstairs.
The only thing you're working on is diabetes, you fat. We'll have a whole day to fix this place up like new.
What about this? What if my parents see it?
Nobody's gonna see this but us, I promise.
So you know this high school party in Pasadena. Have you seen the footage?